Welcome back to First Issues. We continue our series on the 8 rules of financial success as shared by financial planner at SCI Wealth, James Fern. James is back again on the program to share his 6th rule of financial success, being taking care of your money.
We all work hard for our money, yeah, and it comes in, and so many of us, as soon as it comes in, we can't wait to get rid of it again. There you are, yeah? We love the spending of it. But then we start thinking, well, how am I going to make my future self wealthier? How am I going to get richer in future? How am I going to be financially more successful? So then people start thinking, well, how can I get this magic thing of free money? How can I get my money to grow for me? Yeah. Now, is there such a thing as free money? No. You know this to be true. You get money in return for something. Okay. So, if you put your money in a savings account at the bank will lend that money out to other people. The bank will earn interest from those other people, and they will give you a little bit of interest in return. Okay. So that's not free money. You know, you don't have that money anymore. You've given it to the bank to lend out. Equally, if you invest your money, is there any right that you've got to get back more on an investment than what you put in? Well, no. What gives you the chance for growth on an investment, for a return on an investment, is risk. You take some risk, and in return for you taking some risk with that, you get the potential for getting back more money. Okay. So when we say take care of your money, what we mean is be really, really cautious about things that promise you a return without risk. The two things are always linked. So when somebody comes to you with a scheme that says, you put your money into this and you'll get back 30% more. Why? Is that an alarm bell ringing? Yeah? So why am I going to get back 30% more? What's going to give me the right? What's the risk here? And what we find is that people who promise high returns are generally scamsters. Yeah? So we've heard of these spot forex traders, and we've heard of these schemes where people are getting back high returns, but you can't quite see where that money is coming from. Yeah. Yeah? So why have I got a right to that free money? Well, I don't. The only thing that's going to generate me some return is by taking some risk, and I need to understand the risk that I'm taking.
I want us to go back to the issue of risk and the scammers you just alluded to. We have seen an exuberant rise of people being scammed out of their hard-earned money. But I want us to talk about the risk element of it that you speak of, right? You have to be willing to take a risk to make your money grow. But isn't it they were taking a risk also? I mean, we have to paint a picture where we're saying take a risk, but a cautious risk. How do you know that this is a risk that is well calculated? What do you look for?
Well, that's exactly what I'm referring to as calculated. Yeah? If you don't know what the risk is, you can't calculate it. So the kind of investments that I deal with, if there's a risk element to it, you can see that the value of that investment goes up and down. Okay, so you've got short-term risk. In the short term, you could invest here and it could go down to here. Now, what you're trying to do to mitigate that risk is by having a time frame, by saying, okay, I'm going to do this over a period of years, so that then the short-term fluctuations, you're not too worried about. What you're aiming to do is then to get a return over the long term. Okay, so you can see that risk, you can see those fluctuations, you can understand what you're investing in. If you're investing in stocks and shares, if you're investing in bonds, if you're investing in property, if you're investing in a commodity like gold, you can see that risk. And therefore you can calculate, well, am I willing to take that risk?
I want us to hone into what looks feasible and what looks well calculated and what you can consider safe, right? So usually, if it's too good to be true, it usually is, right? So in these instances of the previous question that I just asked you, somebody would tell you that, give me 2,000 and in a month and 2 weeks and a month, you will get 17,000 Bula. Why do you think people still fall for such traps?
Okay, people fall for it purely because of greed. You know, at the soul of them, they want some free money. They want to believe in the free money. Currently in Botswana, the risk-free rate of return is about 5% per year. Okay, so you know, you get a bit less than that in a savings account. You get a little bit more than that in a money market fund. But anybody who's promising you much more than that, there's some risk involved. So there's some investment risk involved. And you need to be able to understand that investment risk in order to allow your money to take that risk. And then you need to think about what factors can I do to mitigate that risk. And the two main ones are, number one, diversification. Don't invest just in one thing. Invest in several things. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And the second thing is time. If you can invest, you plan to invest over a longer period of time, there's generally lower risk.
James returns again on the program with a discussion on the importance of getting professional advice as one of the rules of financial success. This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.